Welcome back, honey. I actually don't have anything to say today as far as behind the scenes, so just enjoy the episode.
Let me ask you something. Okay. When is the last time that you've made a promise to yourself? Not a commitment to school or work or somebody else. To yourself. If you don't know, or that answer made you kind of squirm, you're not alone, okay? And this is actually what's inspired this episode, is because I literally am going through the same thing. We tend to go through the same things around the same time, I've noticed, so I just thought I would share, while I'm going through something versus after. This episode is for the version of you that is tired of feeling stuck and like you can't rely on yourself. That is so defeating, and it makes you feel so low about yourself. It doesn't allow trust. It doesn't allow confidence, nothing. So by the end of this episode, you will have the blueprint. You will know exactly what to do to start gaining your trust with yourself, gaining your own confidence, and in turn, just loving yourself in a whole nother way. So part 1, the foundation. Okay, we cannot build a house without the floors. I just want to touch really quick on confidence and really explain how it's even built, because a lot of people just say, oh, be confident, think positive thoughts. And although that is true and that's a part of it, I think actually building confidence comes from action and not words or just positive thinking. I think you have to actually take action in order to gain confidence in yourself, especially when it comes to doing things that you said you were going to do or just trusting yourself. Like I said, confidence is a result of action, not just positive thinking. Both are great, okay? But when it comes to gaining confidence with yourself and knowing when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm confident in that, that comes with taking action. Okay, now we're going to talk about how to gain self-trust and how to actually learn to start trusting yourself. Like I said, still kind of struggle with this, but I'm starting to really learn the importance of it and how to navigate through it, because it's not going to be a linear growth kind of thing. You're going to mess up. You're going to, not follow through on your word. It's going to happen, but it's how you work through it and what you do after that matters. So we're going to talk about that, how you gain your self-trust and the importance of keeping your word. First thing is first, start small. You have to set micro goals, micro habits, micro promises, and that's how you'll start to gain your own confidence in your own word. So, for example, if you want to start drinking more water, or you know that you need to drink more water, saying to yourself, okay, when I wake up, I'm going to drink a whole glass of water, and doing it every time you wake up. It's something small, but it's something that because you said it and then you did it, your subconscious mind is listening. Your subconscious mind is like, okay, I did that. And I said it, and then I actually did it. And trust me, our subconscious mind is literally what we're actively showing up as. So trust that our subconscious mind is picking up on literally everything that we do. Our subconscious mind doesn't trust us. The reason why we don't trust ourselves is because our subconscious mind does not trust itself. Our subconscious mind knows when I say I'm going to drink water and I don't, then I don't. You just don't trust yourself because the subconscious mind knows the habits. Your subconscious mind is a database. It's like a computer. It knows, okay, when this happens and then this happens. When I say something and then I don't do it, then I just don't do it. So when you say, yeah, I'm going to drink water every day, your subconscious mind is like, yeah, okay. But then when you actually do it, your subconscious mind is listening. Your subconscious mind is like, okay, we're doing it. And that's why it takes consistency and it takes repetition, and that's why it's good to start small, because it's easy. It's something that you can do and it will pay off. It will make a difference because, like I said, your subconscious mind is listening. I'm gonna do a whole another episode and go way deeper on the subconscious mind and what it really is, because I know a lot of people don't even really know much about it. But basically, the subconscious mind is how we show up every day, because it's our mind on autopilot. It's not our conscious mind. Our conscious mind thinks things. Our subconscious mind subconsciously thinks things, and we don't even realize. I say all that to say, just start small. Make small promises. If you say you're going to drink water as soon as you wake up, drink water as soon as you wake up. It just builds momentum. And like I said, your subconscious mind is keeping score. It's listening. Breaking promises to yourself causes damage. It causes a lack of trust. If somebody said they were going to do something for you or to you or whatever, and they didn't, and they were like, oh, sorry, and then it happened again, and they were like, oh, sorry, and then it happened again, and they just never stand on their word, are you going to trust them? Are you going to trust anything that they say? No. Anytime they tell you they're going to do something, you're going to be like, yeah, okay, and not really trust them and not actually believe that that's going to happen. That's the same exact thing that's happening with us. Our subconscious mind is doing the same exact thing. Oh, you're going to drink water when you wake up? Okay. Literally. Which is why you have to show up consistently. I'm going to show you really quick how to rebuild after you mess up, quote unquote. Make it up to yourself. That's the easiest way, and it's sometimes harder to do than it sounds, because, for example, if it's something you can't go back and do, like, oh, when I have this conversation with this family member on Thanksgiving, I'm gonna speak up, and then Thanksgiving comes and they say something and you don't speak up, and then Thanksgiving goes and then you can't make that up to yourself. That is something different. But again, this is why we start small, because if we start small, we're able to make things up like that. For example, drinking water. If you don't drink water as soon as you wake up after you said you were going to, as soon as you realize, oh shoot, it's the afternoon, I haven't done it, drink it right then and there. For example, saying that you're going to wake up early. This is really me. I'm really talking to myself right now. Saying you're going to wake up early and then not waking up early. That night, go to bed even earlier. Like, almost not punish yourself, but make it up to yourself. Go to bed early so you know tomorrow, that next day, you will wake up early. Like, just make it up to yourself. If you say you're going to do something and you don't do it the next time you have that opportunity to do it. Another example is if you skip your morning gym session, go at night. Like, still go. It doesn't matter if it's not morning. Go at night. Or if it's too late to do that, you better have 2 sessions tomorrow. Go in the morning and go at night. It's something like that. I mean, you don't have to do that every time, but the goal is to make it more uncomfortable for yourself healthily when you slip up. So you know, okay, is this worth even skipping? Is this worth sleeping in? Because now I'm going to have to wake up even earlier tomorrow, or I'm going to have to go to sleep even earlier tonight. I don't know. Something of that sort. Again, I'm still going through this for myself, so I don't even have that many examples. The main thing here is just to make it up to yourself as many times as you can. And it shows you that you're determined, because again, we're human. We're gonna mess up. We're going to have days where we don't do what we say we're gonna do, especially in the beginning of building our trust up. But as long as we're making it up to ourselves, that's all that matters. Another thing, you have to acknowledge it without shame. That was a big thing that I actually can say I got over, but for a while I didn't. I would shame myself so bad, especially for waking up later than I planned. And I think that's honestly what was making it harder, was because I was kind of shitting on myself. It makes it harder to even want to do it. It'll just keep you discouraged, and that's not going to get you anywhere. So just acknowledge it. Be like, dang, okay, I did say I was going to do this and I didn't. Sit with it for a second if it takes a while for you to really accept it, because there will be shame, especially if you're somebody like me who is kind of a perfectionist and an overthinker. So if I don't do something I said I was going to do, I hate it. I am like, oh my God, I literally said I was going to do it and now I didn't do it, and now the world is ending because what the fuck, it's not perfect, it's not exactly how I said. That doesn't get us anywhere. A way that you can really acknowledge it in a deeper way is journaling. I pretty much talk about journaling in every episode, and it's for a reason, so please listen, okay? Journaling and writing things down helps you acknowledge things that you don't even realize. Reflect. If you're not self-aware, I don't even know why you're watching this, to be honest. Or even on my, no. Because if you're not self-aware, you're not even going to be able to gain at all from any of my episodes, because you're gonna hate them. You're just not gonna do the work. But anyway, yeah, just reflect and journal. I wrote this question down. What made me not follow through? Was it unrealistic, or was I just being lazy, or was I just distracted? Try to figure out what went wrong so you can tweak it and not have that happen again. As long as we're growing and reflecting through things, mistakes aren't bad. They're just opportunities for us to learn. Another thing, apologize to yourself and just commit again. There's no point in beating yourself up. It happened or it didn't happen. The past is over, basically. Now what do you do moving forward? Beating yourself up is not going to get you anywhere, but more down and discouraged. We don't get far in life when we're negative, and that goes for literally everything. We get way further in life when we're positive, when we think positive, when we react positively. Try it for yourself and you'll see. But yeah, just apologize to yourself and recommit. Damn. Okay, Alyssa, I'm sorry. I said I was going to wake up early and I didn't. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to make it up to you and I'm going to wake up early. It's something about apologizing to yourself and genuinely meaning it and wanting to recommit that will make you recommit. I've done it. Trust me. Especially when you really love yourself and you respect yourself, which will all kind of happen simultaneously. It'll all kind of happen at the same time while you're working on yourself. But I love myself so much that when I disrespect myself or do something that I said I wasn't going to do or vice versa, I really do apologize to myself. And I'm like, I'm sorry. The easiest way to put it in perspective is to put yourself in someone else's shoes. If you did this to somebody else, how would they feel? Or vice versa. If they did this to you, how would you feel? So if you're doing it to you and you know you wouldn't accept it from somebody else doing it, or you know nobody else would accept it from you doing it, don't do it to yourself. And if you do, apologize and really mean that shit. Even if you have to act as if you're a different person or feel as if, dang, I really screwed this person over. I said I was going to go to their birthday party and I didn't. Or I said I was going to help them, clean their closet out and I didn't. Like, I feel bad. Oh, I made a commitment to this person of taking them to the airport at 6 a.m. and I didn't. That feels way worse than when you say, oh, I didn't wake up and do this, or I didn't clean my closet. Oh, I'll just do it. It's so much easier when you put it into perspective that way. So if you're struggling, caring about the fact that you messed up or didn't follow through on something, just flip the perspective. Ask yourself if you would tolerate that if somebody else did it to you. And lastly, celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself when you follow through, especially, it doesn't matter how big or small, even if it's the small things like drinking water or waking up early or going to the gym. Celebrate yourself. Wow, I did that. I actually did what I said I was going to do. It feels good. Acknowledge it. Sit in it. Talk to yourself out loud. I do that shit all day long. I literally talk to myself out loud all day long. I live alone, so it's really easy to just talk. But I'd be like, dang, I feel good. I woke up early. I drank my water. I went to the gym. Like, I really feel good about myself. I'm proud of myself. I will congratulate myself and just celebrate myself and even reward myself if I really feel like I need a pick-me-up or something. I'll reward myself and go get a coffee from Dunkin' or something. Celebrate yourself and reward yourself just like you would to somebody else. Rebuilding trust is not about perfection. It's just about showing up time and time again and being consistent. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. And consistency isn't perfection. Consistency is not linear. It's not every single day, every single time. It's more of, okay, most of the time, I have a slip up once in a while, but I still get up and keep going. That's consistency. It's just about showing up for yourself, even in small ways, consistently. Over time, you will start to really trust yourself and know, okay, every time I say something, I do it. The more you honor your word to yourself, the stronger your self-trust will be. Part 3, confidence through action. Okay. Stop waiting to feel ready, because you will never feel ready, because confidence does not come from words. Confidence comes from taking action. If you're waiting for confidence to start your YouTube channel, it will never come, because you never put yourself out there and post your first video. Once you post your first video, it's like, oh, I feel good. Like, even if it's nerve-wracking, oh, I did it. I actually posted. If you never take the first step, you're never going to feel confident enough to take the first step. You just have to do it. You have to do it scared. It sucks, but it's true, and you will always feel good after, even if it is a little nerve-wracking. Confidence does not come from waiting. It really does not come from waiting. It comes from doing, even when you're scared. And again, it's the little things. It really is the little things. It's doing your laundry when you see your laundry's piling up. It's doing the dishes when you walk by the kitchen and you know good and goddamn well you need to do your dishes. It's doing the small things right then and there and being like, okay, I said I was going to do it. Let me just do it. That feels amazing. Even, it doesn't matter how small it is. It feels good because you're starting to trust yourself. It's easier to be more trustworthy with other people because somebody else is holding you accountable, and we could be, fearful of judgment or disappointment and stuff. But when it comes to us, it's easy to kind of slack off because it's just us, quote unquote. It's just us. It's just me. Like, blah, blah, blah. No. This is why a lot of people are walking around the world miserable, because they don't love or respect themselves. And this is a way to respect yourself and love yourself, is to trust yourself and do the things that you say you're going to do. That is the ultimate confidence, and that's something that no one can take away from you. Did I say that right? That's something that nobody can take away from you. Yes, I did say it right. Also, another thing, just a little side note, under promise and over deliver. Under promising and over delivering is so much better than over promising and under delivering. So for example, if you say you're going to go to the gym and just do, 5 minutes on the Stairmaster, just some cardio, but then you go to the gym and you do 5 minutes or maybe 7 minutes and you lift some weights. That feels better than if you were to say, okay, I'm going to do cardio, I'm going to do core, I'm going to lift weights, and I'm going to stretch. And then you get in there and you only do one or two of those things. Then you leave feeling like, So it's better to commit to less and do more than the other way around. So be realistic with yourself. And again, fill in the blank with whatever it is you're really trying to work on showing up for yourself with. So for me, I'll keep using the waking up early example because that is something I really have been hunkering down on. My goal overall, my future self wakes up at like 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is the magic number for me. But I can't even wake up at 8 a.m. consistently. So I'm going to start by saying, okay, I'm going to wake up at 8 a.m. And if I wake up at 6 or 7 or 7:30, then I feel better about myself rather than saying, okay, I'm going to wake up at 6 and then 6 comes around and I don't get up until 8. That's still an accomplishment because I don't even wake up at 8, consistently, but it doesn't feel like an accomplishment because I set myself up for failure by saying I'm going to wake up at 6 instead of 8. Does that make sense? Under promise and over deliver. Stop waiting for the perfect time to start doing what you said you wanted to do or what you're trying to work on. Just do it. Keep showing up for yourself because every single time you show up for yourself, it gets easier. And that goes for everything. But again, it kind of all ties into trusting yourself more and being confident in yourself and being confident in your determination and your will and your drive and knowing, okay, I'm going to get this done because I said it. I know I'm repeating myself, but it is what it is. It's true. Okay. Last and final part, improving self-love and respect. Again, it all ties in to each other. When you respect yourself and you love yourself, you show up for yourself. And when you show up for yourself, you're confident in yourself because you trust yourself. Like, it's all kind of the same thing. And I could say that 10 different ways. I could say if you're confident in yourself, you trust yourself. And when you trust yourself, you respect yourself. And when you respect, it all ties in together. It's all a big pool of words that all are of equal value. They're all of high value and they all feed into each other as you start showing up for yourself in any way, whether you want to start with just taking care of yourself physically, like physical self-care, working out or, physical self-care. There goes the self-love. Okay, well, because I love myself, I need to respect myself. So there go the boundaries and respecting my boundaries and my time. And then because I respect my boundaries and my time, I'm confident in myself knowing nobody can play with me. Well, because nobody can play with me, I can't play with me. So there goes the trusting. It all correlates with each other. And that's what's so beautiful because that's untouchable. Nobody can take that away from you. And it feels so good. It's not easy. It's really not. But it's not hard. And pray about it. Ask God for strength. Ask God to help you. And speak life and positivity over yourself. Don't beat yourself up because that is not something you would do to somebody you love. So I say all that to say, this is what will improve your self-love and respect as well, is not talking negatively to yourself when it comes to your journey of trusting yourself. It's not going to be linear. You're going to mess up. You're going to have bad, quote unquote, bad days. But it's, again, like I've said this whole episode, it's about what you do moving forward. And that is showing love for yourself. When somebody that you love, a family member or a good friend or a partner, does something that hurts you, but you can tell they genuinely are upset about it, you're not going to beat them up even more about it. You're not going to be like, yeah, you better be sorry, but you're not going to do that. That's pointless. And if you do that, you probably shouldn't. That's not nice. Okay. And if you do that to yourself, you probably shouldn't, because that's not nice. And I know it's easier to do stuff like that to ourselves because it's us. It's easier to beat up on ourselves because it's just us. Like, it's just me. But no, it's just you. Exactly. It's you. You are with yourself 24/7. You might as well be nice to yourself. You might as well love yourself, really respect yourself, and show up for yourself. Because if not you, then who? Set boundaries with other people and then set boundaries with yourself. Those two things alone, just boundaries in general, increase your love and respect for yourself so much that it will start bleeding into other categories, like I just mentioned, all the, confidence, trust, respect, all that. And again, celebrate your small and big wins. Celebrate yourself. Be proud of yourself and express that to yourself. Say out loud or say in the mirror, I'm proud of you. You've really grown this past month, or you've really grown this past couple months, or this week. You know, you woke up early 3 out of 5 times this week. Good job. That's better than last week. It was only 1. You know, celebrate yourself, even if it's not perfect, even if you don't think it deserves celebration. Everything deserves celebration. Everything. Especially if it's positive, if it's leaning you towards your goals or where you want to go. You choose what you focus on. So if you focus on the negatives and not being perfect all the time, you're not seeing all the positives, and then that's not able to grow and multiply because you're focused on the negative. And what's going to multiply then? The negative stuff. What we focus on grows. So you can choose what you want to focus on. You can choose if you want to focus on all the negative stuff that you do, or, oh, see, I let myself down again. Oh my gosh, like I'm just not capable, blah, blah, blah. If you focus on that, that is what is going to magnify in your life. That is what you will see. But if you focus on how proud you are and the growth, you will continue seeing that. I promise. Trust me. Take it from me, who's literally been doing this for the past year, really focusing on it. And I've seen major results just by focusing on the positive more than the negative. When you celebrate the small wins or the big wins, or just celebrating yourself, period, and focusing on the good and all the good things that you're doing, that will build love. That will build respect. Take it from me or don't. But it's true. So to tie everything together and to conclude this episode, every small action you take, whether it's keeping a promise that you made to yourself or other people, or taking a bold step, it will compound into something powerful. Just keep going. Just keep going. Take small steps and you will look up and be like, damn, I'm really disciplined. Or damn, I really do what I say I'm going to do. Because the small steps will lead to bigger steps. If you are starting off with, I'm going to drink water and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to stretch every morning and blah, blah, blah. Once you gain that confidence, knowing, okay, yeah, I do that because I said I was going to do it. I started drinking water. I started stretching. I started going to the gym. Then you have the confidence to make bigger claims and follow through on those bigger claims. Just start small. That is the only, if you listen to one thing I say this whole episode, start small, because it will build momentum and it will grow over time, and you will start to see big shifts and big changes from little things. And that goes for everything too, even habits, like starting with small habits and then making bigger habits. You owe it to yourself to try. You're with yourself 24/7. You might as well like yourself. You might as well respect yourself. You know, you might as well fuck with yourself. Like, yeah, I fuck with me because I be doing what I say I'm gonna do, and I actually really like that, because not everybody's like that. You will respect yourself and it will feel so good. You'll just become more confident and it will be inignorable. I don't even know if that's a word. It will be so obvious to other people too, and it will feel good. People will start complimenting you and being like, dang, you're really disciplined. Like, you really be coming through. Like, you be pulling through. Not only for me, but for yourself. And people will notice. Even if people don't say nothing, they notice. Trust me. Confidence and self-love are not a destination. It really is a journey. Everything in life is a journey. The reason we're here, damn near, is a whole journey on its own. Okay? And it's a practice. And it's something that takes time, because it is a practice. It's something you need to repetitively work on. It's like a muscle. You have to keep working it out in order for you to see growth. And honestly, let's keep practicing together, okay? Because I also be needing the practice. You know, I'm definitely going to be rewatching this video and re-listening to this episode when I need it too, because sometimes we need that. You know, we need to pick me up. And I'm here to pick you up. I got you. I'm going to give you homework before I leave. I want you to make one promise to yourself today. What is one promise that you're going to make to yourself? A small promise that you're going to follow through on. And then once you follow through on it, I want you to reflect on how it felt. How did it feel? Because we're human beings. We're emotional beings. So when we tie things to emotion, it's easier to receive and understand. Even when emotion is misplaced, it's there for a reason. Anyways, how did following through make you feel? And if you're good at doing the small things, make it a little bit bigger. Make it a little bit challenging. For me, waking up at 6 a.m. is challenging. So I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. What are you going to do? And then we're going to reflect. How did it feel? Knowing I said I was going to do something and I actually did it. I feel good about myself. I feel like I can accomplish anything. And I feel excited to do the same thing tomorrow. That is the vibes. Okay? That's your homework. Make one promise to yourself today, no matter how big or small, and do it. Follow through with it. Whether that's today or tomorrow, whenever you make the promise, whenever that promise is supposed to be kept, do it. And then reflect on how it felt. And then do it again and do it again and do it again. And you're going to feel so good. You're going to feel so on top of the world. We're coming up on the end of the year. If we really start implementing this, when we start implementing this now, we're not even going to be able to recognize ourselves in a year. And I really mean that. You'll see. If you really be listening to what I'm saying and really apply what I'm saying, you will not recognize yourself in the best way possible by next year. And that's so cool and motivating. And I cannot wait to hear all your testimonies in a year or even less. You know, I love hearing from you guys. Comment and DM me and stuff and tell me. Comment and show me how my influence is influencing. You know what I mean? I love that because that's the whole reason why God put me on this earth, is to influence and share my wisdom. So, you know, if you feel called, definitely let me know. Like, share your stories. I love when you guys do that. I love reading my DMs. You guys be making me cry. I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all be making me cry. I'll be like, me, little homie, I did that? Like, I literally changed your whole life? Like, although I love it, it's sometimes hard for me to even process and wrap my head around, but I still love it. Actually, yeah, come back to this video and let me know. Or this episode. Come back to this episode and let me know. How about you reflect in the comments? I love you so much, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.